What's up, what's up? I just finished my latest in the series of genetic workouts that I've been creating that follow along with the amazing body of work, the Gene Keys. Really just this beautiful effort by spiritual guide Richard Rudd, and the body of work is just so dense and so informative and so rich with wisdom. And I've been working with it for over 2 years now, and it's radically changed my own personal health and life and just everything that I've been calling in, and also the deep dive work that I get to do with my clients. It's amazing. So I've been cultivating these workouts that allow us to really create the genetic expression that we want. We have control over the way that we activate our DNA. And there's now just so much physiological support and proof of that. And so my calling and my opportunity to contribute to my clients and out to you guys is how do we show up and even support that in our workouts? Workouts are not just workouts so that we can lose weight. This is about really how do we create the container to hold our greatest soul's expression for the highest and greatest good of everyone that we serve, that we touch. And this is about operating in a state of peak existence and maintaining it. And that's why I'm here, right? That's my purpose. That's my soul's calling. And how we operate at a state of peak existence is really understanding the true power of our own physiology, and that we actually have everything we require already inside of us. Oh my God, that gives me the chills every time I think about it. So today, I'm rocking out on the specific gene key of abundance. And in the shadow, it shows up as immaturity. And I think every human wants to call in abundance. I think we all do, but I think that we also have a lot of negative associations with abundance. Like, oh my gosh, if I'm abundant, how can I maintain it? Am I gonna be hated? Am I gonna be judged if I live this fully abundant life and in pleasure? I know for me, that's a huge thing. It's like, if I experience true pleasure, then somehow, I'm a heathen. I'm a bad girl, right? And that's been energy that I've been working through and processing and exfoliating this, and I've come into my fuller expression, realizing that in order to give at our greatest, we have to fill ourselves up first. And that really is abundance is generosity, right? Abundance is our ability to be so full that we overflow and pour that out into others. So, this is so cool. So in terms of the physiology here, it's all about the diaphragm, opening up the diaphragm. I mean, this is it's like that makes sense. It's the window of possibility here, and expanding and just full expansion means abundance. And stepping out of the contraction and maybe the more immature, underdeveloped thinking of if I expand, it'll be taken away, or maybe I expand but only for self fluctuation, for my ego, just to feel good about myself. If I attain these things, then I'll feel worthy. But it's stepping into our wholeness first and realizing and anchoring in that we get to choose abundance, and then we exude that, and then we offer that. We give other people permission too, which is amazing, and that's how we all rise. And the amino acid that we're talking about here, the amino acid, which is again the building blocks of proteins, and this is responsible for RNA and DNA messaging and the synthesis of proteins. This is the root of where it all takes place in our physiology. And the amino acid that is governing our genetic expression of abundance is serine, and serine is the dopest amino acid. Oh my gosh, because it's involved in the production of our feel-good hormones like oxytocin and serotonin. It's responsible again for the actual ability for our messaging system of our RNA and DNA to send messages to the brain, and it really helps us control our central nervous system. So it's how our messages, how quickly they get to the brain, and for us to take action. It's yes, right? So my workout, without further ado, is really straightforward. It's gonna tap into expansion, harnessing and expanding the diaphragm and harnessing the strength here. And it's I put together some what we call kettlebell complexes, or you can use dumbbells, a dumbbell complex. It's one strength move right into the next to enhance the breathing and also, promote the secretion, the stimulation of serine. So yeah, and then foods list. Oh my God, it's all about the B12 vitamins, really supporting and boosting serine levels. So foods that are rich in the B complexes. So if you're interested in a food list and recipes, hit me in the comments. I'll put up the full guide, the full genetic workout guide. This workout has a little bit dancing in it and a little bit of chanting in it to our Hindu god of clearing the path, Ganesha, and a lot of fun breathing. So let me get to it. Let me rock this out. So, you want to warm up, definitely cardio, right? Get the lungs open, get them wide. And this is all about being really conscientious about breathing into your lungs are actually uneven, and your left lung actually has a third lower lobe. So when you breathe, it's really getting into the deepest place, right? Inhaling and expanding, your belly comes out, and then as you exhale, your belly just falls loose. And really with every breath, being very, very aware of getting into that third lobe. So you're gonna warm up, you wanna do maybe a run, a walk, get out in nature, do that, and then you're gonna go right into the kettlebell complexes. Hopefully you can see what I'm doing here. So the first kettlebell complex is, and that just means you can use dumbbells too, you're not gonna drop the dumbbells or the kettlebells. So first exercise is split squats. So you're gonna go 10 on the left, and then switch, and then 10 on the right. My legs are so fatigued because I just did it. Oh my gosh. And then you're gonna step together, you're gonna drop right down, and you're gonna go right into 10 rows. And then the last exercise in the complex is clean. So you do this kettlebell or dumbbells here, and then pop it up, and you got 10 of those. You're gonna set it down. In between each complex, you're gonna do 2 to 3 of those complexes. In between, we're gonna do some Qigong movement. So the first Qigong practice is really, we're gonna do some nerve glides. We're gonna open up and expand the lungs. So coming into breath, coming into center, and what you wanna do is you wanna start to stimulate blood flow into the fingertips because you've got a healing touch. So you can rub them together, create a little bit of friction there. What I like to do when I practice Qigong is pull out and then come in and really visualize energy centering in between my hands like a ball of white light. And I start to feel that magnetic pull, and I really allow myself to come into center. And once I start to feel that pulling, I know that I've stimulated a lot of energy flowing out through my fingertips. When I feel that, I'm going to take that healing energy, and now for this, I'm going to place right on the small of my back, and we're going to start with some nerve glides. So just coming up, and then gently falling back. Doesn't matter how many you do, whatever feels good to you, and you can close your eyes. Just start to visualize your intentions. What is it you really want for your life? What are you calling in? And is it in alignment with who you are, with your soul's expressions? This is an opportunity to dial into that, up, and then coming back down. And then just feeling the heat around the base of your kidneys, but also just the backs of your rib cage. And a few deep breaths here. And now we're just going to open up and do some energy movement. Just slide up and down the scaps and just open up those lungs. So I imagine my wings are opening up and expanding, and I'm literally cracking my chest open and whoosh, letting my heart out and just letting myself soar. And great way to relax in between sets. Go back and hit your second kettlebell complex, and then you're going to come into so you do 2 rounds of that kettlebell complex. Next complex is same thing. We're going to do a few exercises without dropping the weight. And we're going to start with overhead press. So you got 8 on the right arm, and on the 8th rep, you're going to do a walking. So the kettlebell or dumbbell stays over your head. And again, this is really, really working on strengthening the abdominal wall, the entire trunk, opening up that diaphragm. So whatever length you have, if you're outdoors, great. You want to go about 10, 15 meters. And then you're going to switch, do the same thing on the other side. 8, overhead press, and then down and back, overhead walk with the kettlebell. And then you're going to do offset loaded squats. So you got 8 with the kettlebell or dumbbell in your left arm, and you're going to switch 8 on your right arm. So that's the second kettlebell complex. In between for rest, you're going to come back, second series of Qigong movement that we're going to do, and this is called Dragon's Breath. I love this. This is to nourish the lungs, to send your qi, right, which is your life force energy, circulating through the lungs, but it's a beautiful visual here. So you want to come into center, and you're going to point your thumbs in toward each other. Arms are just relaxed, expansive chest. Everything is about expansion. And you're going to stick the tongue on the roof of your mouth, and you're going to allow your jaw to just melt. And as you breathe in, again, tapping into that third lower lobe, keeping your tongue on the roof of your mouth, and that stimulates a sensation that actually allows you to secrete more serotonin and oxytocin, and it kind of alleviates some of the sympathetic nervous system response that we have during exercise. You don't want to do it too much, but you're going to do a few breaths here, and while you're here, you're in this pose, which is Dragon's Breath, and you want to imagine that you're the dragon, and you stand between earth and the heavens. And you are full expansion, so you are receiving all the divine downloads, all the creativity, and you are here to create like a freaking powerhouse. And all things are possible. And you're standing here, and you're standing firm, brave like a dragon, taking it all in. And then from here, you're going to come into a Qigong movement that is super nourishing for the lungs. So you're simply going to drop the thumbs down, open up the fingers, and just, it's almost like swimming. Flip, open, and bring it in. 5 or 6 breaths here. Whatever feels good to you, you are the dragon. And then you're going to do your second round kettlebell complex, overhead press into overhead walk, into offset loaded squats. Last thing you're going to do is more of a HIIT complex. So it's a little bit more of rapid fire movement. And again, it's all about opening up the diaphragm and getting that breathing going. So you're going to come down, and you're going to go into push-up in a T, right? So you got 6 on each side, T push-ups. You're going to stay in this position if you can tolerate it. You're going to go into 30 seconds of mountain climbers. If you don't have a stopwatch, just go 15 each side. And the last thing you're going to do is a squat thrust into torso twist. So up, twist, back. And you got 6 on each side for that. Nice deep breathing there. And then, a fun part of the workout, you're going to dance. You're going to put on your favorite song. You're going to bust a move. 2 minutes. Shake your booty. Whatever it is. It's all about expansion. It's all about coming out of this limited space and feeling that, you know what, we're all just here to play. So play and dance. Let that be part of your workout. And then the last thing you're going to do is you're going to come into some breathing. So you're going to lay down, and you can do a chant to Ganesh. So one of the ones that I like to use, there are a million. You can look it up, Ganesha, and you can spell it Ganesh, and just look up Ganesha, Ganesh chants. One that I use a lot and have gone through 40-day practices on chanting. But again, it's not so much about, I truly believe in the energy of this, and the physiology here is that when we chant, we actually create a frequency, a tone that vibrates, and those specific frequencies actually have very healing capabilities for our bodies. Any chant you do in a practice that is in devotion and concentration, again, it allows us to bring our hormones into harmony, and it allows us to feel really good. It creates a stream of healing chemicals that go to work on really removing toxins from our tissue. And again, when we're in this intonation, in this frequency, that frequency can match up with the frequency of what we're trying to call in. Ganesh is the Hindu god for, he's the one that clears the path, that clears all obstacles in your way, and it allows you to see that all things are possible. So what a great way to be devoted. It's beautiful. So Aum Lambadayaranama, Aum Lambadayaranama, that's one chant you can do. I'll put that in the workout, but there are a lot that you can do. And you can end the workout with that, lying in Savasana, both hands on your belly, and deep breathing into the diaphragm. For a few deep breaths, come into center, and then just picture all obstacles being removed from your path. And you don't have to know how. You give that up to God. You give that up to Ganesh. You give that up to the universe, whoever you subscribe to. You're not responsible for the hows. You're just here to say, what are all the possibilities? And please clear my path. And please just allow me to see any and everything coming my way. Aum Lambadayaranama. And you just chant as many times as you want, whatever feels good to you. And that is your genetic workout for abundance. Boom! Peace out. Hope that was enjoyable. Thanks. I see a lot of people tuning in. Thank you. Bye.